Man, my people all over the world. Whoa. So good to see you. Welcome to your premium podcast once again. How body? Thank you so much, everyone. I'm so humble. I'm so humble. I'm so grateful for all your comments, all the interaction that you guys gave us from the other episode. Man, you guys are the reason why I keep doing this, because those critics, those comments, those likes are the reason why I keep doing this. I'm really encouraged. Thank you so much. This week, it's going to be very different from the previous week, but it's fully loaded because I have someone in the house. But before I unveil the person, we have a fantastic topic. The effects of voodoo practice in our society. Trust me, I have an elderly statesman, a movie actor, an entrepreneur, a father, a pastor. Everything you can ever think of a man can venture into. This man is loaded. It's all in one. All in one. He's a man that my shoe no fit enter. He's a man that my mouth no fit call him name. Please, if you can give him standing ovation, if you can roll on the ground, roll. If you can scream. Please, let him introduce himself.
Yeah, viewers, thank you very much for having me here. My name is Mr. Johnson Yakubu Sani, but popularly known as Mr. Johnson YS. Yes. I'm a Nollywood practitioner.
We know that already.
Yeah, I'm an actor, especially very well known in the Abuja circle. And I'm also a scriptwriter. I'm also a gospel musician, a songwriter, and I'm also a businessman. Of course, I do one or two other things there and there.
Bravo. I told you guys that this man is all encompasses in one. You see the experiences, if you near him like this, you contact some of those things. Trust me, it took me weeks to get this man, because this man is as busy. I'm not seeing network when busy like this man. I'm so privileged to have you here, sir. Please enable me to touch his hand so that I can tap into the, you understand?
Thank you very much.
Well, without wasting time, let me just ask you one or two questions. Okay. So this entertainment industry, this movie industry that you've been, how long have you been? Because see, I'm really thrilled by your movies. I really enjoy, I'm so entertained by your movies. How long? How did you start? Just take us back a little bit before we face the order of the day.
Okay, well, to be sincere, I joined the movie industry.
Yeah.
That's the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Abuja chapter.
Okay.
I joined it in 2008.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, but by 2012,
okay,
I was elected. Now I have to say it very well. I was elected.
Election took place.
Election took place. Vigorous campaign and everything. I was elected as the Financial Secretary of Actors Guild of Nigeria.
Wow.
Because at that time we used to have vigorous election. Now we don't have election.
Okay.
Yeah, the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Abuja branch. Abuja branch. The Actors Guild of Nigeria, Abuja branch now is being taken the way the Nigerian government is established. Like Abuja is not a state. Like we have 36 states, but Abuja is not a state.
Yeah.
So the Actors Guild saying Abuja is not a chapter.
Oh.
So every other state they have a chapter now.
Okay.
But now because the president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria is based in Abuja, so he said there is no need for Abuja to have a chapter. So what he does is that he appoints mayor and mayor picks. So everything is done by appointment from the president of Actors Guild. So we don't have a chapter in Abuja.
Wow, very fantastic one. Guys, you've heard it all, man. Can you imagine the number of years put in one craft? You better call
Yes, because I still have more to say.
Okay.
Yeah. At the same 2012, because I told you I joined in 2008.
Yeah.
By 2012, I was elected financial secretary.
Yeah.
But at that same 2012, I got married and somehow I abandoned the post given to me. I abandoned completely acting and everything. So I became a pastor, but not that I opened a church.
Yeah.
I was working for a general overseer.
Okay.
In fact, within that time, within a period of like 11 years, I worked for 2 churches.
Whoa, 11 good years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I worked from 2012 to 2001. To 2021, sorry.
Okay.
To 2021, I have been a pastor and working for a general overseer. And until I fell out with the general overseer.
Okay.
Yeah. I fell out with the first one after like 6 years, the other one after 5 years too. I fell out with him. Then I felt God didn't call me to start a church.
God didn't even flash you. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
God
fine.
didn't call me to start a church, and I was being a pastor to help general overseers of their church, and after some years, I'm always coming to square one, so I came back to the actors. To acting profession.
That you know that you were called.
2021.
Wow.
So my coming back is just about 3
to 4 years.
3 to 4 years now. Because when I left, I never acted. I never got myself involved with anything acting. So it was a complete
blackout, like Nigerian. It was a complete blackout.
So I see myself that just about 3-4 years now. Because even the first 4 years, 2008 to 2012, I was active, but I wasn't well established. I'm even more established now.
No. Thank you so much for taking us back and letting our viewers to understand that you don't be person, don't be today person for the business. So now OG before the IG, you understand?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really nice. But before we go further, I want you to help me do something, because actors and this, you people interpret script a lot, Abi.
Yeah.
So everything is made believe.
Yeah.
Put your right hand on your chest. Well, repeat after me.
Okay.
I,
will
you put your name,
Mr. Johnson Yakubusani,
do solemnly swear
that
everything
everything
I will say here
I'm going to say here
shall be the truth, nothing but the truth, the whole truth, so
truth.
help me God.
So help me God.
My people, now that he has said this, expect everything that comes out of his mouth to be honest and true.
I will try.
Good. Now then, very quick one, because the way the Nollywood is, it's like people that has white beard in movies are always mostly play the part of native doctor, all those village chief. So it was on that analysis and research that we decided to come this way.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
with due respect,
Yes.
tell us, what is the effect of voodoo practice in our society? Like voodoo, JuJu practice in our society.
Okay. The effect of the JuJu practice.
Voodoo.
Okay. Well, it's a very good topic because, like I told you, for 11 years I've been a pastor, and I've counseled a lot of people, and there are some repentant people that have come to tell me they have been into such practice, but now they have left. So I think I have a little understanding about voodoo practice, even though I haven't been involved in such practice. Yeah, but you see, even like from a religious point, we all know the Bible tells us such thing exists. Witchcraft exists, and sorcery and voodoo. The idea in the Bible, we see a lot of people who have practiced such things in the Bible of witchcraft and voodoo. That's why the Bible also even said that so far not a witch to live. If there were no witches, there won't be. The Bible wouldn't have said it. You understand? There's a point of a man that was a king that went to war, and he was about to be killed. He had to come and sacrifice his daughter in the voodoo way, and then because of the voodoo sacrifice he did, the human sacrifice he did, and that was why he was spared. The demons discouraged the people that are coming to kill him. So the effect of voodoo is very well, because the truth is that there are two powers on this globe. A lot of people don't want to believe in one power.
All right.
That's what they have found out. A lot of people don't want to believe in one power. But the truth is that there are two powers. And there are two spirits. There is the Holy Spirit and there is the evil spirit. There are most people, they believe in things that have to do with voodoo more than they believe on things that have to do with God.
Wow.
Because even people who tell you there are no God doesn't exist, God is a scam, or whatever they say, somehow you see those people going back to their village to involve themselves into one practice or one thing to bring favor to them, to bring help to them. So it's not as if they have a complete dichotomy from the supernatural. No. So the supernatural is real. So even as a pastor, I'll tell you, the Bible says that the flesh profits little. It is the spirit that quicken it. Now, the spiritual world is so strong. It's stronger than this physical world. And the spiritual world controls
The physical.
The physical one.
That leads me to another question, real quick. People seems to, you will understand this very well because you're a pastor, and I like the part that you are really a pastor. People say that
I was.
Oh, you was.
Yeah, I'm not a practicing pastor.
You're not practicing pastor.
But I'm still a child of God.
Okay, now nice one. Pastor and pastor, you don't retirement. Okay. People seems to see results in voodoo practice after praying for a very long time without seeing results. What's your take on that?
Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true. And because the way of the world is broad, the way of God is narrow.
It's true.
Yeah, because for God to bless you, when you pray, God must see sincerity.
Okay.
God must see that what He is blessing you with is not going to destroy you.
Okay.
God must see the future. God must see spirit and truth. You are coming in spirit and truth. So, to be sincere, the miracles of God is not easy to obtain. Though they say when you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you will draw. But the problem is that the enemy will always bring doubt. So whenever there's a little doubt, it spoils you having your miracle. So listening to your question, I will tell you the truth.
Okay.
A lot of our pastors today are not preaching the truth.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm coming to your question, but I have to lay this foundation.
This one wake me up.
Yeah.
Clear the air, bro.
Our pastors are not preaching the truth, especially in Nigeria. Almost all the Pentecostal pastors are not preaching what Jesus asked them to preach.
Okay.
And then when you come, even in Africa, and this even started from America, many of the Pentecostal pastors are not preaching what Jesus asked them to preach. Because what really God and Jesus is so concerned about is not this worldly possession you enjoy this world. God is more concerned about your soul and where your soul ends up in life. You understand? So all these worldly blessings is a gara. So we don't leave the main thing that Jesus is really concerned about and now go to the enjoyment of this world. Now if you look at the Bible, it clearly says that the devil is the god of this world. You understand? But we have a father. Our father is God Almighty. And Jesus is the firstborn, and we are all sons. And we are not sons with this body. We are sons of God because of our spirit.
Right.
Because on this earth, it is my father, Sani. The name of my father is Sani. Is the one that when he met with my mother, and my mother brought egg, he brought sperm, and they formed me. They only formed this body.
Yeah.
So my father on earth is Sani. But my spirit, Sani did not give me spirit, even though he helped to form my body. So my father of the spirit that I have, spirit. Yeah. Like when somebody dies today, the spirit leaves his body, and his body rottens. But it's a spirit that goes for judgment between God. But the maggot is when you bury the body rottens and everything. But they are spirit. So the father of the spirit that is inside me now, inside you, inside everybody of us, the father is God. Okay. For those who are the children of God. And for those who are the children of the devil, the father of their spirit is the devil. Okay. Because you still have witchcraft, people doing it in the other spiritual realm. Because the devil too exists in the spiritual realm. God exists in the spiritual realm. Right. So, but God is more concerned about our spiritual being. Right. While the devil is more concerned about our natural things. But that doesn't say that God does not concern himself about our natural things. But the natural things are secondary. Okay. So that is why God must see first that your spirit, right? That he says they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Yeah. So they must see that you are already in spirit and in truth with him. You already attain the position where he wants you to be spiritually before he now look for the gara of the physical thing and add to you.
There's this popular saying or saying that says that politicians, businessmen, businesswomen, entertainers leveraged on voodoo practice to attain their wealth and fame. Is that true?
Now, it's true and it's not fully true.
Okay.
Because not all. Because one thing that people don't know, in as much as the devil has power, but the devil's power is limited when it comes to God's power.
Okay.
So there are people who have attained what they have attained through God's way.
Okay.
Yeah, but mostly don't shy away to make you know that they belong to one called or Bonnie called or whatever called or Aye or whatever thing they've joined their hands so that they can enhance their way into power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the truth, like I'm saying, the devil still gives power.
Okay. Now this led me to this to say this thing, and it's heartbroken. It's very, very heartbroken. Yeah, you did mention that before the Christianity came into Africa, we had a practice. And from what I've been able to gather information-wise, I know your history. You listen to your grandfather talk. You listen to your grandfather teach you, educate you on how they were living then. And you at least you know the history of Nigeria a little bit more than me, if I am not mistaken, age gap and all those things. Now, the people that brought this Christianity, their country is really developed. Well developed. I ended up planning this heaven. This heaven that they say is so beautiful, is made up of gold, I'm being curious. I need to know. Are they not planning this heaven? If they are planning this heaven, I thought they should be living in Bacha because they are living to heaven very quick. But if they are not planning to go to this heaven, why are they? Mr. Johnson, I want you to put me right in life.
I am so happy you brought this question.
Yes.
Because a lot of people have been saying this question in a big error. Some say, why people brought Christianity so that they enslave us? Why people brought Christianity to do this? Why they brought Christianity to us and they are now stealing our resources?
Even me too, I ask the same question.
Yeah. And I say, ignorance.
Okay.
Ignorance is a disease. When people came, there was a problem he was having with the Niger Republic. I almost sent Nigerian soldiers to go to the Niger Republic and fight the military president of Nigeria and remove him from office. So assuming Tinubu now sent soldiers to go and fight and remove the president of Nigeria, the military president, do we say church went to Nigeria? Pastors went to Nigeria. There's no way you equate what a government does to what a church does. Because government and church are two different things. Now let me tell you the history. When the British government took the decision to colonize Nigeria, it never asked any church or missionary anything about that. Yes, I'm coming, I'm going to somewhere. This is the government, what government wanted to do. And the government came and they were colonizing Nigeria. The missionaries wanted the government of the British to allow them to come and preach gospel. At the initial stage, the government of British said no. Because they know what would the missionaries come and do. What the missionaries will come and do, because they will come and open schools and they will teach people Western education. They will come and open churches, they will come and open hospitals, they will come and missionaries are church. Jesus has already told every Christian that anywhere the gospel has not reached, Christians should go and preach it. Get it.
I get it.
Christians should go and preach it. It is the last thing he said, go and be witness to me before he left the earth. I call all of you to be witness. So anywhere a church setting, Christendom, they found there are people who do not know about God. They have to go and preach God to such people. So whatever the missionaries are pastors, evangelists, whatever, and the money the missionaries used to come to bring Christianity into Africa, it is money generated from church.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, to teach people and to open people's eyes so that people can understand, so that people cannot be inferior to the whites.
Yeah.
To teach people how to read and write, and they are, if not for the missionaries, this nationalism that brought independence to Africa wouldn't have happened because of what these missionaries did to enlighten the people, to come to spend their money, to take care of people, is the missionaries. So everybody must put a division between church and government.
Okay, now the practice of the religion, the American, the European religion, is done by the Africans, the Nigerians. Why can't they pray us out of this poverty? Why can't they pray us out of our leaders being this wicked? I want you to reason with me. I'm speaking the pains of the masses.
Yeah.
You will not deny the fact that in one way or the other, this government is not touching you in one. Probably you're driving 2 cars, you would have known to drive 4.
Yeah.
So when you want to take in a way, you should just shift your grounds. You just say, okay, go this Benin or go Edo or go somewhere, just practice this in small.
Yeah, I want to tell you something.
Okay.
You see, Jesus said, come unto me, all you who labor are heavy laden.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson, for coming. It's really a pleasure having an elderly statesman like you, a pastor, a movie actor, because I've actually learned a lot. And I know our viewers out there are also learning a couple of things, not just a couple, a lot of things from you. Once again, thank you for coming. And for you, my honorable, my lovely viewers around the world, I could quite appreciate you. Until I come your way again next time, I still remain your humble host. My name is Slade Notasupo, and this is your premium podcast, How Body. Bye-bye for now. Cheers.